feel this type of way. Hey, thought it would never be this way. Seems like can't get you out of my head. And honestly, lately I've been feeding these spirits in defeat. They keep telling me this and telling me that. Got something for you. Matter of fact, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Yeah, I know he's undefeated. Y'all been coming at me. Now it's time, round 3. I plead the blood of the risen King over my mind, rebuking these lies. Cause I am loved, I am cared for, I am his, therefore I am free. Yeah, free indeed. Go to sleep a pillow full of tears, wake up with a mind that's full of fear. But I know you're here, and I brought me here. Believe in the lies of the enemy, not taking the time to win.
Well, man. Good morning. It's your boy, Martez Rafel Kirkland, and I am back, man. I took a hiatus for about a week or so, and I am back, man. Had some things going on that I had to take care of. Got to take care of business when business need to be taken care of, right, y'all? Hey, welcome to Real Talk with MRK. Coffee makes you talk, man. Hey, I am your boy, Martez Rafel Kirkland, man, where we have real, honest, open discussions, dialogues, conversations. We talk, we give our views, I give my opinions and everything. That's all it is, man. It's just my opinions, my perceptions on what I see in the world and the 45 years of life experiences that I've had and everything. And welcome to my show, my podcast. It comes on this throughout the week, throughout the mornings. And now I'm starting something different. It may not even come on every morning, man. But hey, I hope you guys got your coffee. I hope you guys are able to sip with me. And I hope I'm able to, enlighten you, embrace you, fill your mind with knowledge, give you my perspectives, and entertain you guys. And welcome to your boy Real Talk show right here, man. This is what we're gonna do, man. Every morning, man. What I do is, or every time that I come on, I give the inspiration. I take a quote that it hits me, it stands out to me, and I let you guys know about what that quote means to me and how I view it and how I see it and how it can affect you or affect, what I'm saying, and help you in your lives. And the morning inspiration for today is accept yourself, love yourself, keep moving forward. If you want to fly, you have to give up what weighs you down. Understand that, y'all. Accept yourself, love yourself, keep it moving forward. And if you want to fly, you have to give up what weighs you down. Get rid of that baggage, get rid of that luggage, get rid of the weight that is holding you back from being able to attain your goals, your aspirations, your dreams, and obtaining those things that it will make you or help you become successful in this life that you live, man. Let's tackle on the first thing. How this stood out to me is I think we live in a world that a lot of people do not accept themselves. We live in a world that a lot of people don't like themselves. We live in a world that a lot of people have a lot of insecurities about themselves because of the world that we live in society. There are so many people that are so judgmental. You do it too. If you're listening, if you're seeing this and everything, you judge yourself. You judge other people. You judge other things, right? We live in a judgmental world, and this is why this quote stands out to me so much, and it inspires me. Accept yourself. The first true type of love, first of all, is God, and the next is love, is yourself. If you don't accept yourself, how are you able to truly, really care for yourself, love yourself, and give yourself the most deepest, truest love and care, to take care of yourself, to put yourself in a position of, better in your mind, better in your physical ability, better in your emotional standpoint. I mean, all of that stuff matters, right? There's so much mental illnesses that goes on in this world. You may be battling that, and you are ashamed of talking to people about it. You are ashamed of letting people know what you're going through, so you hold it in because you don't like yourself. You have all these insecurities about yourself because someone has told you what? That you cannot, that you will not, and you won't. But see, you have to believe in yourself first. It's almost like if you want others to believe in you, but you don't even believe in yourself. You want others to accept you, but you don't even accept yourself, which is crazy, right? I always say, man, when I'm coaching basketball players, coach, believe in me. They be like, coach, well, you don't believe in me. Well, I don't believe in you because what you're transpiring on the court, in your walk, in your talk, you're not portraying that. So I don't trust to put you on the court to be able to do what I need you to do to help us succeed on the floor and win a game and compete at the highest level. So I'm not going to put you on the court. Believe in yourself first. Don't look for the acceptance of others. I'm to the point in my life that I really don't care about what people think of me. Don't really care about what people say about me. Because as long as I know what is true, I'm okay. I'm going to walk with my head up. I'm going to walk with confidence. I'm going to do the things that I know to be true, and that helps me succeed in my life and puts me in the position that I'm in. And as long as I know that I have God walking with me, I'm okay with that. Stop looking for acceptance from other people. Stop. Learn to love yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, who will? But God. Stop looking for man to accept you, and all man is doing is judging you. Everybody judge each other, right? We talk down on people. We talk about people. We look at people in ways because they may not be doing things that we are doing. We are all not the same. We are all individuals. We all have different minds. We all have different goals, different dreams, aspirations, and everything. So stop looking for the acceptance from other people and learn to love yourself. And we got to check this out. You got to be able to keep it moving forward, right? People are going to come into your life. Things are going to happen to you in your life. Adversities are going to come. But we got to know how to bounce back, stay resilient, learn how to continue to move forward, put your best foot forward, and keep marching, you know what I'm saying, to where you're trying to go. Stop looking back to what has happened in your past, whether you came out of a bad relationship, whether something has happened to you, whether you lost your job, who knows? But every time you continue to look back, guess what happens? You don't go anywhere. Have you ever tried to walk backwards? I'm sorry, you ever try to walk forward, but you continue to looking back over your shoulders? Try that. I want you to try to do that when you're walking in the mall or walking in the store in a crowd of people. Turn your head over your right or left shoulder, look backwards, right, and try to go forward. It is hard to do, right? And it's going to take you longer to get to where you're trying to go to. All right? Leave the stuff that has happened in the past and continue to keep moving forward in your lives and in the things that you are trying to do, right? So if you want to fly, meaning if you want to succeed, if you want to become this, if you want to get that promotion, if you want to get that raise, if you want to, achieve that education, that degree, get out of high school, if you want to make the basketball team, whatever it is that you're trying to do in your life, guess what? If you want to fly, You got to be able to continue to move forward. You got to learn to accept yourself, and you got to love yourself. If you don't love yourself and exude confidence within yourself and get rid of these insecurities, you're not going to be able to accomplish a lot. You're not. See, insecurities, to me, man, that is the way of the devil. Fear is the way of the devil. When you have these insecurities, when you have these fears about, what you're trying to do because you're listening to the outside noise and you're listening to people telling you what you cannot do, I don't give a crap what nobody says or tells me what I can't do. Pretty much everything that I was told that I couldn't do or I wouldn't do, I done. And I did it with the way, for me, I did it with God helping me, right? Not a man, and with the support of the people that loves me, with the support of people that care about me, with the support of people that want to see me do good. But I have cast out any individual or group of individuals that has jealousy, resentment, hate, envious. I cast them out. I get rid of them. And if I feel that you are in that way, I get rid of you with the drop of the hat, because I only live one life, and I got one life to live, and I want to live it in the best way that I possibly can. Now, if it's something that I have done, I have chosen that has given me setbacks, I can live with that. But I would not allow anybody to stop me to proceed moving forward in my life and succeeding or obtaining the things and goals that I want to attain. Y'all got to remember that. So the morning inspiration is accept yourself. You must accept yourself in order to love yourself. If you don't accept yourself, how can you truly love yourself? Keep moving forward in your life. If you want to fly, you have to give up what weighs you down. So if you got an ex that is lingering in your life and they're no good, get rid of them. If you got friends within your life that are weighing you down, because understand this, you can have friends for seasons, right? People come in your life for a season, for a reason, right? And they were there for a purpose, right? That don't mean that they always have to stay. Sometimes you can outgrow people because people, guess what? If we are not moving in the same direction and we don't have the same mindset, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to have to love you, care for you, and be a friend from afar because we ain't in the same mindset, and you definitely don't got the same drive or the attitude or the approach to life that I have. And you may be a hindrance to me. So guess what? It may sound kind of cruel, but hey, it was nice knowing you. I appreciate you, what you have done. You have been a good friend. Hey, guess what? But I got to keep it moving because we are not headed in the same direction. I wish you the best. If you need me, give me a call, text me or whatever. But we are no longer can hang out. We no longer can do this together because my mindset and where I'm heading and where I want to go is totally different from yours because we are not on the same path. So our directions are we're going in two different routes. We're going to take two different paths. And I'm not saying your path is wrong. Your path is bad. I'm just saying that we're just not on the same. We're not on the same level or page or going in the same direction. So therefore, for me to be able to keep moving forward and keep obtaining things that I want to see in my life, and I'm not saying it got to be monetarily. It could be mindset. It could be spiritually. It could be emotionally. It could be mentally. It could be physically. You know what I'm saying? So you have to, keep it moving forward. Let go of that baggage, right? You ever been in a relationship and the relationship doesn't go well because you still have baggage from the last relationship? I definitely have. Let go of the weight, y'all. All right. Accept yourself. Love yourself. Keep it moving forward. If you want to fly, all right, you have to give up what weighs you down, y'all. All right. So let's go ahead and move on. All right. The shout out of the day. If you from Fayetteville, North Carolina, or you residing around the surrounding areas of Fayetteville, North Carolina, hey, check it out, man. The shout out of the day go to the 71st Falcon Boys basketball team and the coaching staff. All right. Yesterday, I was at the regional championships in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, at Wake Forest University. That's where the regional championships are being played. I got to see some good basketball, and I got to witness the 71st Falcon Boys basketball team and coaching staff get to their second championship state title game in 3 years. So the program out there is definitely is striving, thriving, and moving forward. And the coaches out there are Jeremy Ingram, he's the head coach, and assistant coach Robert Wilkinson, and everything. They have done a wonderful job, regardless of the contrary or what some people may say around the city, right? The hate is real, right? Let's be honest. I told you it's real talk. Sometimes the hate can be real. I'm like this. If you doubt it, and there are a team that's in the state title for 3A, guess what? They have done something right. I have a connection. I have a strong connection with that team. Of course, I have two daughters that graduated from 71st. I've been in the area since 2003, minus about 3 years, and I've coached a lot of kids that came out of the 71st high school area. So I definitely have a strong connection with the school. I want to see the school do well, and man, I've coached. I got about 4 or 5. I coached many kids from Fayetteville, but in the last 2 years, I got about 4 or 5 kids. Pretty much 4 or 5 kids that I've coached that are on the basketball team that I play for my AAU travel ball organization, TCA Basketball, True Champion Athletics, home on Team Fayetteville. And I am proud, like a proud uncle, proud coach, proud dad, to see these boys flourish, man. If you knew when I got them, where they was as far as development-wise in basketball, you probably wouldn't believe that these boys are going to be representing the city of Fayetteville, 3A high school boys basketball in the state championship on Friday. And I think it's a truly, truly remarkable accomplishment, because I have seen the development, I've seen where they came from, and I've seen where they are at right now. And you have to give a pat on the back to the coaching staff, because they have done a job. Because I'm gonna be honest, and this is real talk. I'm giving my true honest opinion about it. They're not the most talented group of guys. They're not the most talented group of basketball players. They only have 3 seniors on the team. 2 seniors start. 1 senior, man, he seemed like I don't know him very well, but he seemed like a really good kid. He don't play a lot. So they're pretty much a team of sophomores and juniors. And I'm a coach myself. So I already know what goes in between those lines inside that gym. For you to get to this level to win a state title, it is a lot of work. It is a lot of coaching. It is a lot of teaching. It is a lot of, mentoring, guidance, giving direction. I'm telling you, it is a lot for any team that has gotten to this part. The Final 4 teams in each class division, right? Matter of fact, I'm gonna give kudos to the coaching staff and the players, because to compete on the level that they have competed on is remarkable. So, but I'm shouting out to the 71st Falcon boys, and some of y'all gonna be like, "Well, you biased." Well, hey, I didn't know that they was gonna get to the state title game, and I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna be truthful. I had them going at best, the 3rd round. And that would be the coaching getting them over to the 3rd round. And if not, the 2nd round. They won the conference, were undefeated in their conference. So I know under Jeremy Ingram, he has back-to-back conference titles. They won the Christmas tournament. And, the boys are flourishing. And the point guard is the same quarterback. It's the same player that was a quarterback of the 71st Falcons that took him to the state title game, but unfortunately lost. So, for him, man, he racking up on just accolades, and to be able to go to a state final in basketball and football, man, that's remarkable. It basically shows the type of athlete that this young man is DeAndre Nance, man. I like him, man. He's a grinding out type player. He go hard. He competes. So you definitely got to give an applause to him and everything. You got another senior, man, Marlon Campbell. He's one of my players. He's one of my own and everything. I call him. He's more like a nephew to me. Me and his dad are close friends, coaching buddies, and I watched him, man. I got a true story about this kid, man. a matter of fact, you might want to go ahead and look on social media. I don't type in, on the internet, what I'm saying, 3A 71st Falcons, Mylan Campbell, 5'10" guard. And he got a highlight. He caught it alley-oop, caught it backwards too. Man, he was up there, man. I watched this kid, man. He when I first got him, man, I remember him throwing it up off the wall, throwing it up, and he would always do that same dunk. That was his dunk. And I was like, me as a coach, I'm like, bro, why you keep telling you to practice this, man? Get on there and practice your shot. Change your form. Get on and practice your ball handling and skills to get better as a ball handler. But he finally got it within the game and on one of the biggest stages of his high school career, which is awesome. Which is awesome, and it was a delight to see. I came out of my coaching realm just to support and really just be there to, be a fan, to watch, them compete at that level, man. I think it's a remarkable feat. Also, I'm going to shout out Micah Isom. I'm sorry, his grandma gonna get me. Micah Isom, man. This kid, man, 2 years ago, and a little bit more. It's been a little bit more than 2 years now, but 2.5 years ago, I'm gonna be honest, man. This kid was on the JV team. He was a big boy. He's about 6'7", and man, he barely could get up and down the court without getting tired. Couldn't run. Skill set was like none at all. And he was on a JV team. As big as he wasn't getting a lot of playing time. And to me, I told his mother this, and I told his uncle this, told his grandmother this, for the fact that just 2 years ago, and you know how kids are in school, right? Oh man, in the next year coming in, they're trying to calculate who's gonna make the varsity team. This kid, man, or this young man, he put the work in. And he may not be the greatest skillful player still, but the fact that he is a starting center on a state title contending team shows the effort, the dedication, the faith, the will, the desire that he has to put himself in that position. Like I said, man, me and my coaches, we got him, man. He could not run up and down the court barely. He couldn't shoot. His form is crazy. And I just love seeing kids win like that. I love it. That's why I do what I do. That's why I love coaching. That is truthfully, to me, the best part of coaching is taking kids like that. Not the most talented kids, but the kids that are underdeveloped and that's willing to put the work in. And you see them come from down here to up here. And for whatever's worth, I say you are the starting center of a 3A state title contending team. Whether they win or lose, right? He has accomplished a lot, and he has succeeded just of that. All these other big men around the city, in the area, and I'm proud. I'm boasting right now. I'm not that type of dude. You know what I'm saying? I pretty much stay low and stay humble, but I've always liked to highlight the players when they put the work. I used to have them on the football field, the whole team running up and down the football field, 100 yards, running laps around the football field, running hills, because I already knew that, first of all, it is the physical, it is conditioning that he had to get over. And once he got over that, and then everything else would take place on the basketball court. And then, like I said, the coaching staff for the last couple of years, Jeremy Ingram and Robert Wilkerson, hey, man, they done a great job. They in the state title game, and they're doing their thing. All right. And I got two others. Caden Diggs, he's a 6'8", 6'9", junior, senior. And if he continue to put the work in next year, hey, you guys better watch out, right? So colleges, if you're looking for some height, hey, he needs a lot of development, kind of frail, kind of small. But hey, he is coming along. And just check, hey, he got all off-season summer to get better, so just check him out. And Malachi Isaac, man, he's a junior, long, lanky, athletic wing player that he might, I don't know, he might continue to grow. He's about 6'3". He can shoot the mid-range. He can put the ball on the floor. He can slash. So he's part of that team. And then all the other ones too, man. They got a kid, man, a guard, man. Hey, he had 25 points, man. Quez I can't remember his last name, but it's A. The boy smooth. The boy is smooth. So man, hey, you guys go check out Friday. I don't know what time they play again at Wake Forest, but they play. I think it's Central Cannabis or something like that. Man, this team is good, man. They are already college ready. It seems like I got to see them play against Hickory yesterday, and if 71st wins this, if they even just compete with them, it's a win-win in my eyes. So, hey, shout out to the 71st Falcon Boys basketball team and the coaching staff. Good luck on Friday. I'll be there rooting for you guys. And let's keep it moving, y'all. Let's keep it moving to the thought of the day. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee, man. I'm glad to be back, man. I'm glad to be back, man. Hey, y'all make sure y'all go ahead to YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe and click that button, man, that like button, man. Oh, that's good. Oh, man. So, all right, the thought of the day is you never know what life will bring you each day. You see what I'm saying? You never know what life will bring you each and every day. You don't know what you're going to wake up to. You don't know if you're going to wake up to you go in and you get laid off to your job. You don't know if you're going to wake up and get a bad phone call and somebody close to you, a loved one, has passed. You don't know if you're going to wake up to there's going to be a storm and a tornado is going to come and it's going to wipe your house away. You don't know if you're going to walk out that door while you're on your way to the store or work when you get into a fatal car accident and it severely hurts you and changes your life for the rest of your life, or it takes your life. You don't know. You never know what life will bring you. It was something that I was thinking about this past weekend, talking with my parents about. Man, I always like, seeing my mom and dad, man. We had these conversations and just real life conversations, and it's pretty cool, man. Get their perspective. Their in what they're experiencing in life and their age. But my dad was talking about, man, you just never know. So you shouldn't take people for granted. You shouldn't take the life that you have for granted. You shouldn't take that you can just wake up, that you have woken up today and was able to open up your eyes and be able to breathe. Because there are people that are going to not wake up today. There are people going to wake up to bad news. There's going to be people that wake up that their life is going to change in a snap of a finger, and it's going to be drastically that they may not even recover from. That is going to put them in a position mentally to be able to be unstable, right? And in a place of darkness. So we definitely have to understand that life is not a given. You definitely got to have gratitude for what you do have and not think about what you don't have. I think a lot of times, a lot of people, we always look at other people, look in their lives and see what they're doing. And you like, well, I don't have that. You ever heard the saying, count your blessings? Count the things that you do have. The first thing is I have my life. The second thing is I have all my limbs. I feel I am healthy. The third is I do have a roof over my head. Whether that roof is not the most extravagant, but guess what? There are people that do not have that. I will always tell my older kids as they were coming up, there's somebody in a worse situation than you. When you think that your situation is bad, there is someone that is in a worse situation than you. That is what has always gotten me through my tough times. Even though I may be in a rough place, even though I may be hurting right now, even though I may think life is not fair, even though I may be questioning God, why me? Guess what? I know that there are people out there that are totally in a way worse situation than I am. I count my blessings and I'm grateful for what I do have, and I don't think about what I don't have. All right? That is the thought of the day. You never know what life will bring you each day. This is one of my favorite segments that we're going to go into. This is the MRK music pick of the day. All right. This track right here is called Confused Woman by Chemistry, other known as your boy, Martez Rafel Kirkland, man. I recorded this a few years ago, and you can stream it, you can download it, You can go check it out on iTunes, Apple Music, Amazon Music, YouTube. You name it, it is there. Do me a favor. If you love music, you support the independent artists. And someone had told me a few years ago, they was like, man, people that rap or people that do music and they're like 35 or 40 years old. But music is art. So why stop it? If that's part of you, why stop it? Music is art. You got people that still paint. You got people that still draw. They got people like instruments. It's an art form. People that still act, that is chasing, I guess, being a substantial actor. It is an art form. It's a form of expression. So this track right here is really a reality type track, and it's about an actual individual that I once knew, that I met, that I used to work with while I was in the Army in my early years. And it was basically a woman that was in a situation with a man that really didn't want her. She was chasing him, but he was using her. And she went from relationship to relationship, giving her body up, thinking that these men would love her. She came from a great home, a Christian background, and that's the setup right there. So I want y'all to go ahead and check it out. As I play this track right here. It's called Confused Woman by your boy. Chemistry is my stage name. But y'all go ahead and check out Man Intuition, man. It's an EP that I just put out. All right. It's a build up to the Broken Silence, Truth Be Told album that is coming out at the end of the year. If you're not a fan, oh well, if you are, great. I don't like haters, but here it is, called Confused Woman.
See, I got involved with this shorty, co-worker from the Army. I met her about a couple years ago. We hardly spoke, but when we did speak, we spoke and joked about relationships and talked about the kids and my kids and past men that didn't end. Her last husband, she told me how he was nothing but a drunken white beater. And still, she gave him so much loving that was sweeter than the sweetest caramel you can never smell. But you can tell that she would dwell on what this many men in her life did to her mind.
I'll go ahead and check this out. I'll be right back.
To my stomach, little lady became a sex fanatic, fucking with about 30 men. Single to marry, she took them all in on a rampage cause her heart was broken. She was searching for answers to how she got done dirty at close to 30 and left with 2 kids and many worries on her mind. She became bitter in time, in and out of relationships with other guys. She was trying to find a high love all at the same time. Shorty was just a little lady all alone. When she left home, she started doing wrong, you know. Everywhere she would go, she would be so sexual. Now everywhere this lady went, she would be sexual with all the men that she encountered with. Her heart was broken. She was destroyed inside. That's right. Yo, what life was like a roller coaster ride up and down. She was shaking inside, trying to hide and disguise the pain. Her eyes filled with rain, cries of shame. She became tame with evil thoughts as her heart suffered missed the parts that would fulfill her needs of love. Yo, it seemed that she would struggle with the conception of trust a man again. Her perception was tainted every time she began to let a man in. She distorted what could have been the greatest love that she ever experienced. She kept praying for deliverance, locked down by a friend, a Jamaican man. She said he was just a good friend, close to the children, but I thought something wasn't right about the picture. How could a man be obsessed with a woman that didn't want him? Oh, something wasn't right here. One time I fucking with her, keep a man so near and make a man propose with a diamond ring. I suppose she had to be whispering something in his man's ear to keep him near. He had a key to the house, so that was really weird, but she kept telling me that she wanted him out. She was just a little lady all alone. When she left home, she started doing wrong, you know. And everywhere she would go, she would be so sexual until she met an individual named Michael. Now Michael was her ex-husband who made her who she is today. Just talking with this lady, you could feel the pain that he put her through. Yeah. Conversations with this woman was interesting. I could tell you deep down inside that intention was good, but the demons would control her thoughts, control her heart. Though she talked like she was crazy, but she was really a sweet little lady broken down by a marriage that built who she is now. Background from a Christian family, now she fornicates, committing adultery in many states, and she contemplate on getting back at all the man that hurt her feelings. She pretends like she's an evil villain that's willing to deceive to achieve the satisfaction to take action on this despicable breeds of man. She breathes holding on to decisions that will affect the children, and even if she made the right choice of choosing a good loyal man, eventually she will probably ruin this man, turning him into a and bad seed, yes indeed. She had to face reality that you ain't never had. Everything's gonna be alright. Little lady, spread your wings and fly. And you will see it light in your eyes, little lady. Don't you cry. Everything's gonna be alright. Little lady, spread your wings and fly. And you will see it light in your eyes. Little shorty, shorty just a little lady all alone. When she left, when she started doing wrong, you know. Everywhere she would go, she would be so sexual. So she met an individual named Michael.
All right, I'm back. Hey, that was called Confused Woman. It is out right now. Apple, iTunes, check it out. All right, it's on the Man Intuition EP. You guys go ahead and check it out, man. And maybe, hey, if you ain't a fan, if you ain't a supporter, well, forget it. I don't care. I'm gonna show love to those that support the art form, support the music and everything, man. I make music for the real people, the realistic people that are going through everyday struggles and things that are actually happening in real time, man. So anything that you hear from me, it's either I've experienced, I've heard about, I was right there in it. So everything is all real. So check out Confused Woman by your boy Chemistry, man, aka other known as Martez Rafel Kirkland. All right, man, let's keep it moving, man. That was the MRK music pick of the day. And where we at? We're gonna get into it. It's the hot topic. So what we do every day, the hot topic of the day is, right? We're going to talk about a layered look at the domestic violence in the Black community, man. Can we get into that, man? Or do y'all really want to have those conversations? Right? Let's have those real conversations. I'm going to give y'all my perspective and some things that I've gotten out of it, right? I'm sorry. Let me bring this up right quick. Where are we at? Here it is. Right? A layered look at domestic violence in the Black community. All right. This article that I'm going to be taking some of this information from, it's from the Coburn Place. So you can definitely go look that up and check out the facts and the things that I'm going to be talking about. Hey, sometimes it's exhausting being right for like this Black woman, right? For a Black woman. The person, India State Representative Vanessa Summers. It's exhausting being a woman, but it's really exhausting being a Black woman. Before serving in the Indian House Representative, Summers worked at the Julian Center, right? According to the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, more than 40% of the Black women have experienced intimate partner physical violence, intimate partner sexual violence, and or intimate partner stalking in their lifetimes. And more than half of Black adult female homicides are released or related to intimate partner violence. I'm going to say that again. More than half of Black adult female homicides are related to intimate partner violence. At the Coburn Place, 65% of their clients in 2020, this dates back to 2020, identified as Black and female. And that is true at many domestic violence services, organizations across the United States nationwide. Black women and Black men experience intimate partner abuse at a disproportionately high rate. But why? Why is this? First of all, a lack of opportunities along with the financial barriers leads to domestic violence, says the Coburn Place. Intake and well-being services. The coordinators is Jacqueline Willett. Understand this. So the question is why? Why is this happening? Well, one of the reasons why is it is about finance. It is about the situation that couple is in. You know, when the finances are not there and they're struggling, you know, your tempers, your anxiety, everything is flares up. And then as the Black community, we don't know how to handle conflict. We don't know how to communicate. We don't know how to talk to one another. Everything, or somehow along the way, we was taught that everything must be handled with violence, right? And it's all, and then it goes back to, you know, men that are doing these things, they don't know, they are not emotionally aware of their who they are. They are not emotionally aware or emotionally intelligent. All right. So let me continue on. Cicely Johnson, director of the Strategic Initiatives at the Domestic Violence Network, agrees it's a systematic issue because of the history, because of the 400 years gap, 400 years of being left at the starting line, right? While other groups have moved forward with ease, that holds us back. That's the root cause. It's a combination of things that we're not given. We're just not given opportunities, and education and generally would be made available to other population, ethnic groups, specifically white populations. And the socioeconomic, typically the higher you are in the socioeconomic strata, the greater access you have to education. This is true. It is still going on. If you don't believe it, if you're that naive to not believe that this stuff is not happening, right, that gives the other population the upper edge of education and knowledge and understanding is so important when it comes to all this, right? To this day, whether it's schools that you want to, I guess, categorize them as a black school that's in a certain type of neighborhood, and the funding, let's talk about that. Funding is not really given to those type of schools versus the funding over here in another area, right? In a lot of areas, the playing field is not the same. It is not equal. I'm going to read this quote, right? By intentionally denying Black people access to economic opportunities, the ability to build intergenerational wealth, healthcare, education, and a sense of safety from governmental systems, racist policies increase the prevalence of risk factors for domestic violence. It is increased because the lack of these opportunities and resources that we have. When you have a couple that are financially crippled and not able to make ends meet, it is hard for them to provide for their families. And when you add kids in that, guess what? The stresses arises, the emotions flare up. What I've learned, becoming a master resiliency trainer in the Army, is for every reaction or for every event, meaning every situation, there is an emotion that stems from that. And from every emotion, there comes a reaction. And if we don't have the knowledge to understand how to control our emotions, whether you're a male or a female, you react hastily and you act out of anger. If you don't understand that this right here is making me feel this way, so therefore when I get this emotion, guess what happens? I react like this. So guess what? If you are not able to recognize that, you're unable to what? Control yourself. There is no self-awareness about yourself. Self-awareness is understanding who you are and what gets you going, how and what makes you react the way you react. And if you understand that, guess what? 9 times out of 10, you have a better, you're in a better place to be able to not make bad decisions by putting your hands on people, by acting out so hastily in anger, and you putting your hands on a woman. Right. Let's continue on. Right. We're talking about the layer look at domestic violence within the Black community. This lady says, working at the Julian Center when she did, she really realized how very serious it was, says Summers. It is easy to understand that the physical part of domestic violence, but the financial and emotional side can be harder to identify. If that's what you used to, we're not talking about it. Now we're talking about the environments that we have grown up in, the environments that we come from. What is surrounding you? Did you grow up with a 2-parent home? Did you grow up with your father in the home? Did you grow up with your father in the home and he beat on your mother? These things all matter. Did you grow up in a home with a single mother, but she had multiple boyfriends that came in and that mistreated her? whether you was a male or you was a female, and you seen these things. I remember being in science class. I think I learned in 4th or 5th grade. It is called birds. This is what they do. Imprint. I think it's imprinting or imaging. This is what they do they replicate what they see automatically. As humans, this is what we do. That's why you ever heard about the generational curse that has not been broken, because we do what we have been taught to do, meaning what we see. Through our examples, we kind of imitate those things because that's the only thing that we either know. So we portray those things because that is, I guess, our book and guidance on what we need to do, how we need to be in our relationship, how we interact with individuals and the people. See, in the Black community, we do have an issue on how we solve problems. In the Black community, there are already within relationships, Black men and women, more so Black men, don't want to get what? Counseling, therapy, because they look at it as a weakness. So therefore they run away from it. They don't want to go to nobody and talk of their problems. So they hold it all in. If you don't believe this, Black women, if you don't believe that men, they sheltered a lot, because we don't have too many safe places to go to where we can be open, honest, vulnerable, and talk about our issues that we have within us, inside of us. So therefore, that's another issue. So therefore, it kind of it kind of stems off into the home, into the relationship, and therefore, and I'm not making no excuses, believe me or not, I'm not making no excuses. I'm just saying these are the reasonings. See, and let's go to, I got some more information that I want to share to you guys with y'all. So to give you guys a true understanding. See, there's 10 major causes of domestic violence within a relationship. And it's probably many more, but these are the top 10, right? We're going to go, let's look at it. Where they at? Okay, here we go. The first one is how common is domestic violence, right? And I'm trying to find how they categorize this. See, it says domestic violence is widespread. It is a serious issue that affects individuals across the globe, regardless of their age, gender, social, economic status, or cultural background. All right. Approximately 1 in 3 women worldwide has experienced either physical and sexual intimate partner violence. And 1 in every 4 men experience abuse. There's a lot of women out there that abuse their boyfriend or their husband. It's just not reported as much as women. In the United States, the National Intimate Partner Sexual Violence Survey conducted at the Center of Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, provides valuable insight. According to the 2015 survey, nearly 1 in 4 women and 1 in 7 men, let me correct myself, it's 1 in 7 men in the U.S. have experienced severe physical violence by an intimate partner. All right, what are the different types of domestic violence? Domestic violence is pervasive and deeply concerning issues that transcends geographically, cultural, and social economic boundaries, affecting individuals in intimate relationships, and it manifests in various forms, each with its own set of the devastating consequences. Of course, there's physical abuse, emotional and psychological abuse, sexual abuse, financial and economic abuse, and stalking. So there are 10 common causes for domestic violence in a relationship. 10 common causes for domestic violence in a relationship. Understanding the underlying causes is crucial for addressing and preventing the incidents of domestic violence in this discussion. Right, I'm going to show you the 10. Number 1, mental problems, especially in the Black community, because as I just stated, men, they sway away from going to get help, going to see a counselor, going to see a therapist. They get away from that. Women are victims of severe physical abuse, are likely to suffer from mental illness. The illness includes anxiety, depression, alcoholism, drug dependency, antisocialness, personality disorder, and schizophrenia. It is not exactly clear if mental ill women tend to abuse or if abused women develop abuse. Let me answer that for yourself. I had dealt with that. My first marriage, by my first wife, she had a lot of issues from childhood. From what she said, she was sexually molested. Other type of issues. I'm also going to blame it on the religion. That's just my opinion. Family and her, she was a Jehovah's Witness, and going through living with her, and after going through the divorce, I did a deep dive into that to the religion and a lot of research, and educated myself on every aspect of it. I even at a time, because I wanted to know what she was learning and my kids were learning. And so it's a lot of control mentally. There's studies out that they say individuals, especially kids in that religion, have a lot of mental issues. It is proven, and it is factual research. Let alone with all the other stuff that she had to deal with. Mother was a single parent with 2 kids. She is a product of her father stepping outside of his marriage. So there's a lot of abandonment probably issues there. And a woman or even a man getting into a relationship is not the answer. She was the one abusing me. A lot of y'all gonna be like, what? Martez, Coach K, all that good stuff. I didn't come from that. I didn't see that in the household that I grew up in. I seen love. Of course, my parents, they were arguing and stuff like that. All couples do, but they treated us with love, care. Of course, they pushed us to be the best that we possibly can be. In a normal home, we went to church and stuff like that. So I was blessed. And I, met this young lady at the time. I was infatuated and lusting. You know how we do when we're young. And she got pregnant with my son and stuff like that. So I was trying to do the right thing, and I guess force something that probably shouldn't have been. But I had to deal with her past. She had a lot of issues. She had a lot of baggage that I didn't even know how to handle at the age of 19, 20, 21, and so forth. And we split when I was 26. So it says it is not exactly clear if the mental ill woman tend to be abused. She abused me. Her anger, it was things that I would never thought that I would have to deal with. I'm talking about, but it was everything. It was the manipulation, the psychological, the physicalness abuse and everything. And I was taught not to, hit on women. So I didn't, and by the grace of God, I never lost I got mad. I never got to the point where I put myself in a position to what it would probably maybe ruin my life. And I think God definitely had me. So men or women, if you're out there and you don't believe, if you do not believe that women abuse men in a relationship, I think you're very naive. I think you live in a tunnel. I think you have I think your mindset is a double standard, because I don't care how small or whatever or how big that man is, regardless if it hurts or not. Well, she's this small and he's this big. Nobody wants to be hit on. Nobody wants to be mentally abused, or because she would do things like this. She would get mad. We have an argument. She would break my stuff. that prompted me. And I mean, I'm just a 19-year-old young man, young kid, man. I'm like, yo, what the, she would break things in the house. So of course, naturally, I would run to try to, hey, stop. Then after that happened, she would lash out at me. And I remember, man, it was one time where I felt like she didn't even see, she didn't even know who I was. The eyes were black. And I'm big about spirituality. I think, man, she was possessed because of all the bad things that I have encountered in her life that she had went through. And I thought if I could shower her with love, put her around, I guess I thought a solid, good family, and show her a different life, that it would change her. But I'm gonna say this: hurt people, and hurt people need to get help. And if they don't get help, they're gonna continue to hurt others. And this is what people that do to people that they abuse. They make them start to feel like it's their fault. They make it. So I understand a woman, because I started like, man, what am I doing? Is it me? You're walking on eggshells. You're scared to say something because you don't want it to spark into an argument. I definitely understand that. And if you don't think men go through that, oh, we do. Because sometimes, even though the women, they have control because they have our kids and they leverage the kids. They leverage threats. I'll put you on all that stuff. So now we all know, I gave you the numbers. 1 in every 4 women are abused, and 1 in every 7 men are abused. But let me continue on to the 10 common causes of domestic violence. Poverty and unemployment, the lack of funds, the financial aspect. People in dire financial status or financial straits are more likely to be involved in domestic violence. Half of homeless women, children are victims of domestic violence. One major cause of abuse victims in poverty often take the means to escape what? The situation. They're frustrated. They may not access the legal help or be able to afford their own housing. Abusers usually take steps to keep their victims in poverty as well. For example, an abuser may sabotage a job opportunity. That is there because they are insecure. They won't hurt people, and they want them to what? To be miserable with them. Misery loves company, right? Number 3, education. If you don't think education and knowledge and or ignorance is a part of this, right? Around the world, education makes a huge difference in the rates of causes of a family violence. Each additional year of schooling is associated with increase in awareness and women's ability to ward off unwanted sexual advances. If there's lack of knowledge, there's no education. Women or men don't have enough sense to know what that looks like, to know what abuse looks like, to know how to go and get help and assistance. Women with some secondary education lower their risk of domestic violence, it says. This is possible because women with more education are more likely to see themselves as equal than their abusers. So there's no superior to subordinate type thing. Women with education are more confident. They're stronger. They can stand on, they have a stronger platform to stand on. They're more willing to go out there and seek help and get out of that situation. Lack of education does not do that. Number 4, just being young, immature parents. Parenting at a young age with that person is yet to learn. I'm telling you, man, if I can go back and do it all over again, I know some people say, I want to take nothing back. That's a lie. I'm just going to tell you, I would never take my children back, but what would I take back is when I had them, the time frame. I think it's very important. Maturity is very important when you have kids. Everybody feels like, oh, it's a norm. You see it 19, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23, 24 years old, young women, men having kids. becoming parents when they are still kids themselves. They're still trying to figure it out. And I got it. We all went through it. It's always going on. It's always going on. You're not going to be able to stop it. But maybe if we're educated and we're given the right resources and the knowledge, we can prolong it to making sure that we are just a little bit more mature, able to handle certain situations. That's all it is, because conflict is always going to come. It's how you handle that conflict. It's how you are able to approach that conflict. But when you're young, it's hard to do that because your immaturity takes over. Right? See, young parents don't have these parenting skills, right? To learn, they don't have the skills that can lead. These skills can lead to, or the lack of skills can lead to aggression, anger, frustration, and depression. This is possible, right? Tied to other factors because young parents are more likely to be single, struggling economically, or have lower educational achievement. When you ask what causes domestic violence, the factors this is one of the leading contributors. All right, number 5, relationship retention behavior. Relationship retention behavior. Retention and complex behaviors are one of the prime causes of gender-based violence in modern society. One of the causes of domestic violence in relationship is the thought process that the violence can help save marriage. I ain't gonna lie. What makes you think I got it? If I beat you to a pulp and I can control you and everything, you just do what I tell you to do and everything, and we good. I don't know. I don't know how that can save the marriage. One of the causes of domestic violence in a relationship is many partners resort to domestic violence in the marriage because they think this is the only way to retain their partner. So now you put them in fear. They don't leave because they are scared and they fear you. Any threat to the relationship motivates the spouses to devise such retention strategies, such as behaviors, although wrong, are meant to implicitly, right, aim at maintaining the bond. However, such treatment, intimidation, or verbal abuse contributes to the cause of domestic violence in a relationship. It is thereby leads to marriage separation or divorce. Of course. Nobody wants to be in that type of environment. Nobody wants to, you can't thrive. Or they didn't talk about it. Stuff like that can lead to someone being very seriously hurt or dead. 6, historical factors. Freedom for a woman, respective equality is still a matter of debate and being fought for. So the change of mindset is bound to take time. So what causes domestic abuse? Society was male dominant in the early time. So even a situation of particularly a male dominance doesn't exist in all pockets of society. It is not entirely possible to eradicate one of the biggest causes of domestic violence in a relationship all at once. Impossible. The history of time, history has a factor in this. As a result, the superiority complex and the inherent evil, all right, chauvinisms act as one of the major causes of domestic violence. Cultural factors. There's cultural factors, right? When you say, what are the cultural factors? When two people from different cultures decide to be wedded. I call this unevenly yoked. It is not necessary that both are acquainted with the differences in the culture. It might seem exciting at first, but with time, cultural differences can be one of the common causes of domestic violence relationship. You guys are not on the same page. You want to do this. Your culture does this. You're not used to this. You're saying that. I mean, it's so many different things that it can go to. Self-defense. In the list of causes of domestic violence in the relationship, self-defense can also act as an obvious factor. Many spouses can resort to violence to avoid any outbreak from a partner or act in response to their partner's abuse. So I'm gonna take up for myself. I'm tired of you whooping my ass. And guess what? I'm coming right back at you. Come on now. That means if one partner is using any form of violence, another can mirror the same. On the other hand, the other partner can also take steps to introduce domestic violence if they feel a profound sense of relationship control from the other partner. Drugs, alcoholism, that contributes. We already know what that does. It alters your choices, your decision making. All right. It's a depressant. The use of alcohol and drugs can also lead to the occurrence and have been one of the causes of violence against women and men. Excessive drinking and drugs can be significant contributors. And to cause a spousal abuse, this can lead to an ongoing pattern of abuse and behavior. And lastly, suspicion of infidelity. I'm not even going to read that because we already know what that does. We already know what that does. Someone suspects that someone is cheating on them, stepping out of the marriage or the relationship. So therefore, they feel as if they need to do what? They feel that as if they need to what? Protect their pride, protect that they have been disrespected. They are so angry. They are so fed up. They are enraged. They are hurt by this person. So they cannot control their emotions. So they react in a way that they want to harm the individual. They want to harm their partner. So all I did is, and it's probably so many different things that we can talk about to why domestic violence goes on. But hey, the biggest thing that I want to leave you guys with is education, maturity, knowledge, understanding who you are as a person, being able to handle conflict resolution and not putting yourself in that position and reaching the point of coming to a resolve in any issues that you have. Violence is not the key. Putting your hands on someone is not the answer, especially if you're in a relationship and that you love them. And also, guess what? If you're not in a great financial standings, young people, I'm going to be honest, man, maybe marriage should wait. I ain't going to say maybe, it should wait. Get to a comfortable place. And I'm not saying it has to be perfect because there's no perfect thing that you can do to be ready for a relationship. But education, finances, mental, emotional, and spiritual stability is very important in each individual to ensure or limit the abuse from both parties. Just remember that, man. So work on yourselves. As I said in the morning inspiration, accept yourself, love yourself, right? If you want to fly, you have to get rid of the luggage. And sometimes that luggage is not about another individual. It's about you. It's about what's in your mind. It's about what's in your heart, your spirit. It's about what you need for your spirit. It's about equipping yourself to be in the best position possible so you can be ready to receive somebody. That way you guys' relationship can thrive and not be in the categories of abuse. Just remember that, all right? That's the hot topic and the question of the day. Man, we're going to go ahead and close this thing up, man. I appreciate you, each and every one of you guys, tuning in today to Real Talk with MRK Coffee Makes You Talk. Hey, just remember this. You only get one life to live. You have the control to how you want to live your life with the help of God. Just always remember that. Control your life in a way to how you want to live it. And if you haven't lived it in the best way possible, you still got time to change it. As long as you got another day, as long as you're still breathing on this earth, all right, and you're able to still, think for yourself, hey, make those changes today. Don't take what you have in front of you for granted. Be gracious, be appreciative, be thankful for the life that God has given you and for the loved ones that you have around you. All right, just remember that, man. This is Real Talk with your boy, MRK. Coffee Makes You Talk, man. Until the next time, man, I'm going to check y'all out. I'm going to see y'all later, man. I'm out of here. I got some more stuff to do, man. And you guys take care, man.
I gotta be honest. type of way. Hey, thought it would never be this way. Seems like can't get you out of my head. And honestly, lately I've been feeding these spirits in defeat. They keep telling me this and telling me that. Got something for you. Matter of fact, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Yeah, I know he's undefeated. Y'all been coming at me. Now it's time, round 3. I plead the blood of the risen King over my mind, rebuking these lies. Cause I am loved, I am cared for, I am his, therefore I am free. Yeah, free indeed. Go to sleep with a pillow full of tears, wake up with a mind that's full of fear. But I know you're here, and I brought me here. Believe in the lies of the enemy, not taking the time to intercede. But it all ends right here, right now. I declare that there will be freedom in this house. I plead the blood of the risen King over my mind, rebuking these lies. Cause I am loved,